Shout out to the Black Squad. I am Kenyatta Black. And this is yet another public service announcement brought to you in part by the good folks at Black Squad TV. Man, I think it's about 3 in the morning. Came out here a minute ago to get started on a few things. You know, what's crazy? I got back into my other profile. I was locked out of my other profile for a minute. The Omani King Kenyatta profile. I'm not shadow banned like crazy on that profile. I've been trying to do my thing on the Kenyatta Black profile for about, I don't know, last month or so. And that profile is a waste of fucking time. I might as well delete that shit. The Kenyatta Black profile is Facebook has shadowed that profile, or shadow banned that profile beyond belief. Beyond belief. Go look at the Kenyatta Black profile and just scroll and see how I got like close to 4,000 people on that fucking page. Go look at the Kenyatta Black profile and just scroll and notice how whenever I post something, I only get 2 or 3 likes. But on the King Kenyatta profile, I post something, I get plenty of likes. Go look at the Kenyatta Black profile and see how when I post a reel on that profile, I might get 40 views. But when I post a reel on the King Kenyatta profile, I might get 1,000 views. Okay, so the Kenyatta Black profile is being shadow banned by Facebook. That's why when I'm on that profile, whenever I post a reel or whenever I'm about to drop a video on YouTube, I'll go in the comment section and I'll tag mad fucking people in the comment section. That's why I do that on that page, because that fucking page is shadow banned like hell. If I don't do that, I won't get any fucking views. Trust me, I would much rather be doing something else than spending 30 and 40 fucking minutes at a time tagging mad random fucking people. Right? So I don't have to do that on the King Kenyatta page. On the King Kenyatta page, what I might do is I might go in the comments section and tag a few people. I might tag a few people at random. But it's not necessary for me to go in the comments section and tag mad fucking people like you see me doing on the Kenyatta Black page. So I'm very happy to be back on the King Kenyatta page. I think Facebook was just fucking with me. Wouldn't let me back in, but I finally got back in. Because I was just about to make a new page. I was just about to make a whole new page, which I still might do, as a matter of fact, just to have as a backup page. Because sooner or later, Facebook is always gonna, hit me with the bullshit. Listen, it's about 3 in the morning. I came out here to get started on a few things. Probably, some Kenyatta's thoughts for Instagram or something. Maybe a reel or two. I haven't made any reels really in a while. I've been trying to focus on long form videos for YouTube, so I've been kind of putting the reels on the back burner. Especially since, I might get a few donations here and there for my long form videos, but y'all motherfuckers don't never hit the Cash App on my reels, even though I got the Cash App right there on the fucking screen at the end of my reels. So why the fuck would I focus all my attention on my reels when y'all ain't hitting the Cash App for my reels, but some of y'all are hitting the Cash App when you see my long form content, right? So if you want those reels to keep coming consistently, hit the fucking Cash App. I don't know what else to tell you, but I'll probably do some reels today because I don't want to get rusty. I don't want to lose my touch. I came out here. I had no intention on doing a long form video whatsoever, right? Until I came across a comment on, I believe it was the quick reel that I made when I was giving my prediction on the Crawford and Spence fight, and I was telling people put their money where their mouth is. I'm taking all bets. Nobody wanted to bet me. Only one brother bet me, and he turned out to be a man of his word. He paid up. You feel me? Nobody wanted to bet me. Nobody wanted to put their money where their mouth was. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. 'Cause I wanted everybody's money. I wanted everybody's money. I was trying to make a thousand on that fight at least. I was willing to take $5 bets. I ain't give a damn. Right? But a second ago, I came across the video and seen somebody left 2 comments. And I can't remember verbatim what the fuck he was saying. But he was parroting the same shit that a whole lot of you Negroes have been saying about Errol Spence since Errol Spence lost that fight to Terence Crawford. Saying that Errol Spence is washed up, Errol Spence needs to retire. All that bullshit. And matter of fact, I believe, I'm almost positive, in his comment, he said he made the ridiculous statement that Errol Spence hasn't been the same since the car accident. And I've seen a few Errol Spence fans telling that damn lie that Errol Spence ain't been the same since the car accident. How the fuck Errol Spence ain't been the same since the car accident? Now, first of all, they're saying this as if Terence Crawford is the first person that Errol Spence fought since he had that car accident. When Errol Spence's first fight, coming back from that car accident, was against Danny Garcia. Did you see what the fuck Errol Spence did to Danny Garcia? Did you see Danny Garcia's face after that fight? Errol Spence's second fight, coming back from that car accident, was against Ugas. Did you see what the fuck Errol Spence Jr. did to Ugas' face? Errol Spence took fights off of Ugas' fucking career. Errol Spence beat Ugas so bad, that kind of beating takes fights off of your career. Basically, look, he broke Ugas' orbital bone, and I believe he broke a few of Ugas' ribs. Ugas, after the fight, Ugas looked like he had a fucking fist over his eye. That was Errol Spence's second fight after the car accident. Now, and mind you, Danny Garcia, one of the best in that division. Ugas, also one of the best in that division. And Ugas was coming off the biggest win of his career. Ugas had just beat Manny Pacquiao. And Earl Spence beat the hell out of him. And that was after the car accident. So what is this narrative that Earl Spence hasn't been the same since the car accident? Y'all full of shit. I'll put it this way. Half of y'all saying that you're full of shit. The other half, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You just repeating some shit you heard somebody else say. Which is obviously something you should never do, because what if the person you heard say it don't know what the fuck they talking about, or they just lying? You repeating this shit, now you look like a moron. But the point that I really wanted to get to was all these black men, because that's who it is. It ain't nobody but black men. It ain't black women. It ain't the white man. It ain't racist Hispanics. It ain't nobody but black men saying this bullshit about Earl Spence is washed up, Earl Spence needs to retire, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. You know what the problem is with a lot of you black men? Because check this out, right? When Canelo Alvarez lost to Floyd Mayweather, did you see Mexican fight fans turn their back on him? Say he was washed up, needs to retire? When Canelo lost to Bivol, did you see Mexican fight fans turn their back on Canelo, say that he's washed up and needs to retire? When Manuel Marquez lost to Mayweather, did you see Mexican fight fans turn their back on Marquez, say he's washed up and he needs to retire? When Pitbull Cruz lost to Tank Davis, did you see Mexican fight fans turn their back on Pitbull Cruz and say he's washed up, he needs to retire? A couple months ago, when Keith Thurman finally got his ass in the ring and beat Mario Barrios, did you see Mexican fight fans turn their back on Mario Barrios and say he's washed up and needs to retire? No. You know why? Because Mexican fight fans are not that disloyal. But furthermore, let's be honest, 99.9% of fight fans are men. So Mexican men are not that fucking disloyal. Furthermore, the majority of Mexican men were raised by men. The problem with you Negroes is the majority of you Negro males were raised by women, taking on the mind frame of women. So you respond to a man losing a fight the same way a woman responds to a man losing a fight. You immediately think he's damaged goods. You immediately think he's no use to you. He's of no use to you. You immediately begin to look for a replacement. Because the majority of you Negro males were raised by women, and you've got the mind of a woman. You respond to a man losing a fight the same way a woman responds to a man losing a fight. You know, if a dude gets his ass whooped in front of his girl, clock is ticking on that relationship. You need a new girl, bro. I'm trying to tell you, if you love your girl, walk away from a fight before you get your ass whooped in front of your girl. I'm trying to tell you. You lose a fight in front of your girl, bro, the clock is ticking on that relationship. You might as well get a jump on the situation and start looking for a new girl, because she is definitely looking for a new man. Okay? But the problem with a whole lot of you black men is that you were raised by women. That is what is at the root of why you do this. Every time a black fighter loses a fight, the very next day on the internet, he's washed up, he needs to retire, blah, blah, blah. Because this ain't the first time. Y'all did the same thing with Deontay Wilder. Y'all did the same thing with Deontay Wilder. And it's pathetic. And it makes black men as a whole look like disloyal suckers. Disloyal, ungrateful suckers. Black men have dominated the sport of boxing for 100 fucking years. Foundational black American men have dominated the sport of boxing for 100 fucking years straight. And you mean to tell me that the foundational black American fighters, all their sacrifice, all their dedication, all their talent, all their blood, sweat, and tears, everything they risk every time they step in that fucking ring, including their very fucking lives, they take one fucking loss, and you as black men turn your backs on them because they lost one fucking fight? Say they need to retire, they're washed up. The Floyd Mayweather era, I believe the Floyd Mayweather era is what got y'all thinking like this, where if a fighter loses one fucking fight, he's washed up. You are hard pressed to name a fighter who's gone undefeated his entire fucking career. There's only a handful of fighters who've ever gone undefeated their entire career. All the greats got a loss on their record. Muhammad Ali got losses on his record. Mike Tyson got losses. Marvin Hagler got losses. Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Roberto Duran, Joe Frazier, Joe Louis, George Foreman, Floyd Patterson, Kenny Norton, Pernell Whitaker, De La Hoya, Trinidad, Cotto. Name them. Sugar Shane Mosley. All the greats. Roy Jones Jr. Every one of them got losses on their fucking record. How the fuck are you washed up because you lose one fight? It's insanity. That is fucking insanity. Matter of fact, look at it this way, right? In my opinion, the greatest fight in the history of boxing, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman. In my opinion, greatest fight in the history of boxing. If Muhammad Ali had the mindset that losing one fight means you're damaged goods, you're washed up, you need to retire, that fight would have never fucking happened. That fight would have never happened. Remember, he lost to Joe Frazier. You know, I believe he won that fight. I believe if he hadn't got knocked down, what was that, the 11th round, I think it was, when Frazier hit him with that left hook in their first fight, knocked him down. I believe if it wasn't for that knockdown, Ali would have won that fight, and I still think he won that fight on points, even with that knockdown. But, you know, Muhammad Ali wasn't exactly America's favorite black man at the time, so, you know, because of all the politics around the situation, most of you know the backstory, you know. But if Ali had that frame of mind, losing a fight means you're washed up, you need to retire, we would have never got the greatest fight in the history of boxing, Ali versus Foreman. Y'all need to cut that shit out, man. Y'all need to cut that shit out. And what's crazy is, you know, I haven't seen it too much on my page, on Facebook. You know, I'm seeing it mostly on Instagram. Is where I'm mostly seeing these comments. But I'm seeing it on my Facebook page a little bit too. And the crazy thing is, on my Facebook page, all of you on my Facebook page, for the most part, 90% of you come out of the red pill spaces on YouTube. So I'm trying to really understand how a collective of men who refer to themselves as red pill men have the wiring, the mental wiring of women when it comes to a man losing a fight. You win some, you lose some, baby. That's how it works. Like I said, there are very few. You can count them on one fucking hand. The fighters who have actually gone undefeated their entire career. And honestly, off the top of my head, the only two that I can name right now are Floyd Mayweather and Rocky Marciano. And you got to put an asterisk next to Rock. Now, mainstream media will never say this because, you know, they will never, like I said, foundational black American man has dominated the sport of boxing for 100 fucking years. So mainstream media will never put an asterisk next to a white boxer's name. Oh no, they're not going to do that. They're going to hold on to that hero. Okay? But you've got to put an asterisk next to Rocky Marciano's name. And let me tell you why. The reason you got to put an asterisk next to his name when you talk about fighters who actually had undefeated careers is because Rocky Marciano was Italian. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But who ran the sport of boxing? Who ran the sport of boxing during Rocky Marciano's career, the Italian Mafia. Surely the Italian Mafia didn't want to see their hero lose. So we have to ask ourselves, how many of Rocky Marciano's opponents were told to take a fucking dive? Or something might happen to their kneecaps. Take a dive or something might happen to your family. So we got to put an asterisk next to Rocky Marciano's name. And yes, the Italian Mafia being heavily involved in the sport of boxing at that time was absolutely a real thing. Muhammad Ali was actually threatened by the Italian Mafia. The Italian Mafia threatened Muhammad Ali. Told him they'd take out his kneecaps if he didn't take a dive. I can't remember what fight that was. They told him to take a dive or they take out his knees. So Muhammad Ali went to Elijah Muhammad about it. So Elijah Muhammad sent them a message, a brief, clear message, told them that they got knees too. So with the protection of the Nation of Islam, Ali was able to go in the ring and handle business without having to worry about the Italian Mafia. So again, even though on paper, Rocky Marciano had an undefeated career. But like I said, you got to put an asterisk next to it because Rocky Marciano was Italian. He was a hell of a fighter, not taking that away from him. But did he really go in there and beat everybody fair and square? Or was the Italian Mafia, who was heavy in the sport of boxing at that time, who damn near ran the show, was the Italian Mafia protecting their hero? Paying people to take dives or just making people take dives. Either you take this dive or we will fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, it was the Italian Mafia that killed Sonny Liston. Right? It was the Italian Mafia that killed Sonny Liston. So, look, not to get too far off the subject, man. Y'all need to cut that shit out, man. Y'all need to cut that shit out. You are displaying the mind frame of a woman. Like there's no other way to say it. And that's not, I'm not, and listen, for the ladies, I'm not throwing a jab at you. That's not a knock on you. You're, as women, you are wired the way that you're wired for a fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? Simply put, your own survival. Your own survival. Hundreds of thousands of years of female evolution has wired the woman that way. Because if a man can't protect you or your children, then what use is he to you? Okay, so that's not a knock on women, me saying that. That's how a woman is supposed to think. That's not how a man is supposed to think. When a woman thinks that way, it's normal. When a man thinks that way, something is fucking wrong. Okay? Something is very fucking wrong. When a man thinks that another man is washed up just because he lost one fucking fight, something's wrong. So, I guess I gave somebody out there I guess I gave somebody out there a reason to unsubscribe, unfollow, you know, report my posts, try to get me suspended because they mad I done sat here and told the fucking truth, right? Oh well, bro. Oh well. Pull your bloomers out your ass and get over it, fam. It's the damn truth. You need to cut that out. But I am Kenyatta Black. Thank you for tuning in. Listen, make sure you're following me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and make sure you set the settings. Go ahead and click that bell icon and set the settings to receive all notifications for when I drop a video or go live or drop a short. And if you like the content and you want to support this Black Squad platform, go ahead and hit the Cash App, $Black Squad, or you can hit the PayPal. All of that is in the description box. And until next time, and there will be a next time, I am Kenyatta Black. Shout out to the Black Squad. You win some, you lose some, baby. Deuces.